Password clue. Favorite child? Ooh. Ouch. Sorry, man. This is awkward. What the what?
Really? This moment is so much bigger than me. I would like to thank my parents and my manager.
Well, if it's not you and it's not me, then who could the favorite child be?
You just waste time on our
Anais! Who would Dad's favorite child be if it wasn't me or Darwin?
Yes!
What makes a dinosaur the best in prior extinction? Is it the model? The animations? The roars? Nah, what really matters to me is how they function in the game. And that's exactly what I'll focus on today. This ranking is based on my personal experience. So, if you have different picks, that's totally fine. We're gonna break this down into different categories: amber grinding, fossil hunting, PvP, survivability, and the Gamepass dinosaurs. Each category will have 2 tiers, and for each tier, there will be 2 primary picks for the dinosaurs. Low tier is where they are easy to get and beginner friendly. And high tier dinos and picks, that's for the endgame grinders who likes a challenge. Alright, let's get into it. Best for amber grinding. First up, if you want to make that sweet amber fast, these are your best bets. In the low tier, we have Parasaurolophus and Sauroposeidon. These 2 are perfect if you're just starting out. You don't need to master any other dinos to unlock them, and they're both chilling in the Cretaceous uplands, so you won't have to go too far or risk yourself into the more difficult ecosystems. Para is the easier pick, while Sauroposeidon takes a bit more effort to grow, but both will get you amber very quickly, especially when they're both at the elder stages. For the high tier picks, I have Edmontosaurus and Brachiosaurus. Now, if you're an endgame player, these 2 are absolute amber machines. Edmontosaurus is strong in groups, but Brachiosaurus, at elder, this thing is basically unkillable. And once Dreadnoughtus drops, that might shake things up even more and may crown and dethrone Edmontosaurus from this spot, since Dreadnoughtus will be the biggest and heaviest dinosaur and most likely to make the most amber when it comes to release. Best for fossil hunting. Next, let's talk fossils, because if you want to progress, you need to get those unlocks. For the low tier, we have Gallimimus and Guanlong. Fast, free, and perfect for grabbing fossils without getting eaten. They can jump to reach top spots, but they're squishy. So, if a predator catches you, it's over. Yes, Deinonychus is an honorable mention. Decent, but Galli's speed just makes it far better at hunting those fossils faster. For the high tier picks, I have Utahraptor and Dilophosaurus. These 2 take fossil hunting to the next level. Utahraptor dominates lowlands and it has insane mobility, and with its night vision as well, perfect for the karstland and redwood fossil spawns. Dilophosaurus, on the other hand, is king in the Jurassic, reaching tricky caves and cliffs and ledges, while staying fast and elusive because of its jumping ability and of course its nocturnal activity time. Next, the best for PvP, when it comes to group hunting. Now, if you're trolling with a pack and looking for fights, these are your best choices. For the low tiers, Ceratosaurus and Concavenator. If you and your friends wanna gang up on bigger prey, these 2 are cheap, easy to grow, and strong enough to challenge mid-tier dinosaurs. Ceratosaurus' crushing bite hits hard, while Concavenator's high bleed stacks up damage over time, which are great pack hunters in their respective ecosystems. While in the high tier, Utahraptor and Young Tyrannosaurus. Pack hunters at their peak. Both have the Rally ability, which buffs their damage when using a broadcast call in a group. They're fast, strong, and brutal when hunting solo players. and with Utahraptor's upcoming Pounce ability, it's only gonna get better. Best for PvP, for solo combat. If you prefer fighting alone, these are your best options. For the low tier, you have Sauropelta and Parasaurolophus. Surprisingly tanky for their tier, with bone-breaking attacks that punish reckless opponents. But you have to play safe, conserve stamina, and you can outlast most fights. For the high tier, you have Stegosaurus and Brachiosaurus, two absolute chads in solo PvP. Stego thrives with a defensive stance, and with its 360-degree ability, all these Torvos are gonna have a hard time hitting you back. While Brachiosaurus is just an unstoppable fortress at Elder. Although running wastes stamina, so if you're gonna fight, you need to commit. Triceratops here is a honorable mention. It used to be good, but with a constant wreck spam and overpopulation in the lowlands ecosystem, it is kinda difficult to fight them. And its nerfs from its initial release makes it now weaker, since its back is a very huge weak spot. Next is best for survivability, passive play. Maybe you don't want to fight, you just want to survive. Here's what works best. In the low tier, you have Machimosaurus and Ichthyovenator. These guys are perfect for avoiding fights. Machimosaurus is basically unchallenged in its ecosystem, nothing to rival in it in the water, while Ichthyovenator can evade threats both on land and in rivers, just don't get ambushed by the Sarcosuchus, Suchomimus, and Spinosaurus in its respective ecosystem. For the high tier, you have Deinocheirus and Spinosaurus. Deinocheirus is untouchable in water now, because Suchomimus and Sarcosuchus are now gone from the uplands ecosystem, which was its main rivals. And Spino, it was already so hard to kill, but after the size buff, because of its new buff in the upcoming Archipelago update, then good luck stopping it. Just make sure you hunt sturgeon fishes like this one, because most of the other fishes outswim you, and you need to fill that calories up for this big boy. Especially with its new model coming up, Spinosaurus maroccanus. Now, for best for survivability, active hunts. If you want to survive by hunting and meeting other players, here's what you should go for. For the low tier, you have Acrocanthosaurus and Tarbosaurus. These two are rivals in the Cretaceous uplands, but both are strong solo hunters. Packs make them even better, but even alone, they can hold on their own. Just make sure you don't have to encounter them at separate occasions. For the high tier, you have Saurophaganax and Tyrannosaurus rex. Obviously, these apex predators dominate the respective ecosystems. Saurophaganax will eventually be outclassed in this list by Carcharodontosaurus, but for now, it's the top predator. Rex, meanwhile, is unstoppable in duos, though soloing tougher herbivores can be very risky, even after a solo Edmontosaurus. And yeah, I hate to admit it, but Saurophaganax beats Turbosaurus in most cases because of the bleed stacking, which would always or nearly end up Turbosaurus being dead even surviving from a 1v1 from an adult Saurophaganax. Next is the best Gamepass dinosaurs, aka the most fun to play. Finally, let's talk about this. Dynamo Titan and Amphiceratops are the obvious picks. Dynamo Titan is basically a Rex counter since Rex is weak to bleed. And let's be real, it just looks cool. It's basically a Jurassic Park 3 Spino, but in Titan form. Amphiceratops, on the other hand, has the most abilities in the game. Slippery, Bear Trap, Wet Wrath, it is just insane when played right, even rivaling Rex sometimes, Deinosuchus, and Dynamo Titan. And of course, with its Nocturnal Vision ability, it's gonna be wild at night. This list is meant to help beginners figure out which dinosaurs are worth grinding for. But hey, play what you love. Just because a dino isn't on this list doesn't mean it's bad, so don't come after me, okay? If you have a favorite, go for it. And with the upcoming Recode update, things will probably change. So I'll be updating my thoughts when that drops. But for now, these are my picks. Tell me what's yours. Until next time.